All right, so we are going to go back to Mr. Adamus Stemmet from the Association for Monitoring and Advocacy of Government Pensions. He's the spokesperson there, and we were just talking about the PIC report that was released to the public yesterday. Thanks very much for joining us, Mr. Stemmet, again. So one of the recommendations that came out of the PIC was that monies must be returned to the PIC with interest. Another one is that effective systems must be put in place such that the PIC is able to monitor the investments it's made after the disbursement. Of course, this is one of many, and like you say, it's a 1,000-page document, but these are some of the recommendations. Your thoughts?
Let me firstly say that if there are any losses, it is for the account of the GEPF and not for the PIC. The PIC only be an asset manager. So monies recovered should actually be done on behalf of the GEPF, and we would very much like the GEPF now to come forward and start collecting the monies. Of course, if it should be done through the PIC, it should be done. But what is very important now is two things. The recommendations should not be allowed to gather dust. People must be held accountable, and be that board members of the GEPF, board members of the PIC, it doesn't matter. It must happen now. And if criminal cases must be instituted, that should also be done now. It should not really be filed and keep us waiting for years. The pensioners are really impatient now. We've been complaining since 2011, and nobody wanted to listen to us. So now, at long last, we've had a very thorough investigation by a commission. We're very happy about it, but things must start being done now about safeguarding our pension funds.
Yes, no, I understand that basically you're saying that the report mustn't gather dust and that things must be actioned. On the issue of criminal liability, of course, the report also says that the regulator and law enforcement officials must also now make themselves familiar with the report and determine whether anybody should be criminally liable. And if somebody is, or a group of people are criminally liable, to what extent are you confident that they will be brought to book? I mean, we're dealing with state capture right now, and people keep on complaining that no one as yet is wearing an orange uniform.
That is really worrying to us, because the National Prosecuting Authority should now really get going. To refer just to one case, at the VBS Bank, 2 PIC senior people were appointed as directors at VBS. The Matau Committee pointed out that they received by corrupt means, was the one 14-something million, the other 16-something million, and that was more than a year ago. This commission now also pointed out and mentioned the names of the 2 persons, but nothing happens as far as a prosecution is concerned. That is the kind of thing that is really, really worrying to us. There are promises about prosecutions, there are promises about accountability, but so far we do not see anything happen.
Thanks very much, Mr. Stemmet, for giving us your feedback.